we are on our way with Boswell and a friend to a first night at London's Drury Lane Theatre.
Give the glass a rest, Jamie. I've all of London and a lifetime of entertainment of crowded these last few days gone. Oh, they're in no holiday mood. Enemies of the author, they come to damn the play. Those fellows over there, the author's claque. They come armed with cheers for their idol and a stocking full of stones for his detractors.
How do you like that?
Well, I know not mimicry at all if they think that a good imitation. My cow is far superior to that. I confine myself to the cow, Jamie. Dr. Johnson's.
Yeah? May I join you, gentlemen?
Oh, certainly. I am very pleased to see Mistress Abingdon's benefits so well attended, though I hear the play is virtuous.
Oh, it matters not to me, sir. My eyesight is so dim and my hearing so poor, it shall not be allowed to plague me.
You cannot see the play?
No, sir, no.
You cannot hear the play?
No, sir.
Sir, did you come?
Mistress Abingdon is a great favorite of the public, sir. And when the public cares 1,000th part for you that it does for her, I'll come to your benefit, too.
Is this just? Scotsmen fight and die for the English crown at every corner of the world, and then Englishmen scourge them for it. Attack me! I'm a Scot! Give me your anger, I welcome it! Give me your anger! You there! You leave the Scots alone! Jamie, enough! Come down. Hope I did not embarrass you.
I hope you will do me the honor of accompanying me to my home after the performance.
Indeed, I will.
The play.
But have we any right to abuse the play? Bad as it is, could any one of us write one near so good?
You may scold a carpenter, sir, for having made you a bad table, although you yourself cannot make a table.
I must bid you good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir, and my compliments to Mrs. Davis. We shall need a link boy. Here, boy. I have no desire to fight cutthroats in the pitch darkness. Easy, boy. You're not as young.
Stop, sir.
Oh, gin, sir. 1/3 of the population of London subsists upon it.
Such a sight makes one want to believe Bishop Berkeley.
I beg your pardon, sir?
He says that naught exists save in our imaginations. If that were true, then this poor wretch would not lie there save in our imaginations.
That is wash, sir. Wash.
It is impossible to refute Berkeley.
What? You see this stone? Bishop Berkeley says that exists only in my imagination, does he? Thus do I refute Berkeley.
Well, the clock in those well.
Mr. Levitt, he comes. Mr. Levitt, he comes.
Oh, Mrs. Williams has stayed up for us. How good of you. This is Mr. James Boswell, Esquire.
An honor, madam.
Yes. Mr. Boswell, this is Mr. Robert Levitt, my physician. This house supports a physician all its own, eh? And the finest of the lot. We have him all to ourselves, eh, Mrs. Williams? By virtue of one fact. Mr. Levitt is self-taught. The Crown will allow him no license.
How do you fare, sir? You slept not an hour last night. I heard your footstep from midnight till dawn.
Oh, in truth, Mr. Levitt, I'm such rare spirits that I will break open a bottle of port for Mr. Boswell and me.
If you desire port, then you have no wish to take tea with me. So I'll bid you good night.
I don't believe you're Mrs. Williams favoured me, sir. She not once looked at me.
Oh, well, she's blind.
I'm sorry. Is she a relation?
Not by blood or kin, sir, but, of course, someone has to look after her. Thank you. Now, will you be comfortable, sir?
I feel I must apologize to you for leaving so abruptly this morning, sir.
Oh, I was also at fault, sir. I feel I was abrupt in my instruction to you to obey your father, but perhaps you will understand if I tell you a story. It's a story of a lad who was son to a poor bookseller in a little town north of here. It happened very long ago. And one day, the father asked his son to go into the marketplace at the hour of high business and tend his bookstall there, but the boy refused and ran away. He was too proud for such a mean chore. Time passed. He made his way, the lad, and came to London. 40 years elapsed before he next returned to his native town. When he did, he was well known throughout the land. Honor and respect hung upon him. And yet you know what first he did on returning. He went straight to the marketplace at the hour of high business, sir. Bared his head and stood with it uncovered in bad weather for a full hour. That, sir, is the fruit of filial disobedience.
Why did you do that, sir?
Because, sir, I did not wish to spend the rest of my life with my own total disapprobation.
But why did you, as a boy, disobey him?
Because I hated him, sir. He is the cause of my near blindness, my near deafness. All my afflictions were due to his penury. When I was a child, he employed as a wet nurse a crone who charged less than any other. Pennies less, she asked, and for a reason, sir. She was diseased, and he employed her to save pennies. For the sake of pennies, I've never walked, talked, seen or heard like any other man. You see me now, sir, bad as it is, but when I was a child... Had I been an Indian, sir, I must have died young. My eyes would not have allowed me to find food. Yes. And all that for the sake of pennies. An aunt of mine said on first seeing me that she would not have picked up a creature so poor as I in the street.
I, too, have hated my father and often thought it with pleasure that he should die.
Stop, sir. At the age of 9, I was perusing Hamlet, when, as happens to him who peruses Shakespeare, I suddenly looked up to find myself alone in the house. In a panic, I ran into the street that I might be with people. I'd come to the ghost scene, the scene where the ghost of the murdered father stands there. Oh, God. Oh, God, giver and preserver of all love, grant that I may not heap wickedness on wickedness. Look down at last and save me from the depravity of sin. In Jesus Christ's sake, amen. 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 Oh, I just oh, Father, what did he do?
Is there something I can do for you, sir?
And you wish wit and literature for pleasure. To such as I, they were weapons, sir. The only weapons that I had. And I used them well. When I was a boy, it was my habit to wait by the gate of my father's house for my school friends to come and carry me on their shoulders to school. I amused and delighted them. They mistook my bitterness for frolic. And you wish wit and literature for pleasure.
Not for pleasure alone, sir.
What for then, sir?
I have a desire for fame. The hope of it rages in my veins like a fever.
Hope, man's only source of happiness, the hope of days to come. The present is never a happy state, sir, and the past, I would not live again any week of my life, sir, were an angel to make it possible. Man stands between memories of horror and fears of hell.
Oh, sir, how do you mean?
I mean death, sir, and eternal damnation.
It is not the fear of death natural to a man?
Aye, sir, so much so that all his life is but putting away thoughts of it. Courage, Mr. Boswell, courage. That is accounted the greatest of all virtues, because unless he had it, no man has the assurance of preserving any other virtue. Have you the courage to face life? That human condition which affords us much to be endured, but little to be enjoyed. Have you the courage for that? You will have to excuse me, sir.
I must go. I must prepare to leave England.
Where do you embark, sir?
Harwich tomorrow week.
I will see you to the ship.
I'm most honored.
And in exchange, sir, you will excuse me for not seeing you to the street, sir.
I hope you will not forget me in my absence, sir.
Oh, sir. The truth of the matter is, sir, that it's very much more likely, sir, that you will forget me.